Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another Heroclix podcast. I'm one of your co hosts, Alec Musser, and I'm joined here always with Manny Ortega
Hello, hello.
and also with Keo.
What's going on?
What's going on, guys? Origins is right around the corner. We are so close, I can taste it. We're
You
off to a
taste
great
it?
start.
Oh,
Yeah,
I tasted it.
I taste it as well. I am excited. Mostly
Heck yeah.
because one, it's close to where I am at, and two, I'm gonna be with some great people, and three, I'm gonna win one game for sure. For sure.
Heck yes. He's playing a bunch of Scarlet Witches, 25-point Scarlet Witches, so that everything's just having mystic damage. It's going to be a good time.
Yep. Mystics galore everywhere. As many pogs as I can with Avengers, and you're just gonna hate it. Butterflies are gonna have Avengers. Everybody's gonna have Avengers.
It's going to be Captain America, Scarlet Witch, and then just Pogs. 10 weasels.
And weasels.
You will lose your collector to this build.
Heck
Guaranteed.
Yeah. Collectors beware. Which I hear there's going to be quite a few of them. I think that's like the hot new thing to build with right now. Collector's pretty solid.
Wait, the Ultra Chase?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, the common man, the one that.
Well, there's the legacy too.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. The common actually in a world where there's so much equipment, I'm not saying it's great, but like it's actually pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm saying it's not great.
I'm saying it's
crazy.
Wait, which one?
Crazy.
You talking about the common?
You get the whatever the one is that gives you like a +1 to your combat values for every piece of element. So if they have a one shot, that's +1. If they have equipment, that's +1.
Isn't that the legacy?
No, I think it's like the regular one, right? It's the common one, or maybe it's the is it the op kit one?
It might be that one because I don't know what the original one does. I know I just played the legacy, and the legacy was solid.
Just like Captain Marvel, huh?
Just like I played it with Captain Marvel, actually. Thank you very much.
How many vehicles did she run through?
Actually, that was her main job, was just running through people and doing 1 pen damage. I was playing against the Chase Juggernaut that just either has 4 through 6 impervious or takes 1 unavoidable when it gets dealt penetrating damage. So I just kept on running. I played that figure and Yondu. And between those two, just dealing past, just moving the Yaka arrow and then having Captain Marvel run through people doing damage. I just whittled away at them.
There's a lot of fun. There's no chance that the person sitting across from you was not extremely tilted. Like I would be sitting there ready to flip the table.
Yeah, I was just like, woo. It was a lot of fun. Did he have a lot of fun? That's for him to decide.
I think we've all been there where you're sitting across from a team and you're just wondering when is it going to be over.
Mm-hmm. I get that. It is the common at the beginning game. The collector modifies his combat values. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Because the collector's the one that has the display case terrain.
That's the 99 in the set.
Yes. Yep. Oh man, 25-point collector from Disney Plus. The first set.
Yeah.
Classic.
From the game,
I have no idea. Never played it.
If you have at least 1 common, uncommon, rare, and super rare in your force, your friendly characters modify attack by +1. And if each of them are from a different Heroclix set, they get +1 printed damage.
Oh, the Chase, yeah.
Yeah, the Chase one.
That is pretty sick.
Andy's got no shirt on, even better.
Yeah, I'm a big advocate of clicks with less clothing.
Clicks with nips.
Clicks with, oh my God. Clicks with nips. I love it, man. So yeah, Origins is right around the corner. How do you guys feel about it? Well, number one, let's go with this. What are you guys doing at Origins? You guys have any big plans for Origins? Any art? Well, and then also, are you guys going to Origins?
Yeah, so I plan on going. I'm definitely going to Origins. So far, we're doing a sealed event, team sealed, and the modern event. This will be my first time. This is outside of going to Icy back in February in Columbus. That's the only event that I've ever been to that wasn't at a local store. So this is going to be the first time in like a big setting. I don't know what to expect. I don't even know what I'm going to do. But my goal is to try and walk away with some decent pricing and just really have fun. Like, honestly, meet some people because I'm pretty interactive on the websites and stuff, on the Facebook pages and stuff, and I see a lot of the names and it's kind of the same names over and over. So hopefully I get to kind of meet some of those guys and put some faces to their names.
Makes sense. Yeah. That's the best part about Heroclix, in my opinion, meeting new people. That's how I met all of you guys. Well, not Manny. That's how I met you. That's how I met you, Keo.
Yeah, I would never forget it. It's one of those things. It's one of those things that live on forever.
It's the first time I ever met a celebrity.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself. I didn't get an autograph at that time.
I'm excited for Origins. I'll also be playing in Team Sealed with Keo. We are excited about that. Our third decided that he was too cool to play Team Sealed with us, so he won't be joining. Crazy.
Oh, well, this is a bombshell. I'm just learning this right now.
I'm talking about Alec.
Yeah, me.
I was like, Keo
still be playing with us.
I was about to say, okay, so we need to. Who is our third then before we go into this thing?
No, I was talking about Alec. Gabe, I think, is still playing with us.
Heck yeah. Yeah, you guys are just flipping out me for Keo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good team.
Me and Alec played at Gen Con in the team. We had Devin with us that time, and then at Red, White, and Clicks, we had to take Gabe. Well, we didn't have to. We chose to take Gabe because Devin didn't come.
Oh, no, Devin did come.
No, Devin did come. He was playing with another group. That's right.
Yes.
So he's the betrayer.
He is. We'll figure out our team. Don't worry.
But then I'm also doing a practice modern on, I think, Thursday. I think Thursday or Friday. One of those 2 days. I know, because Friday's Team Sealed. So Thursday. Thanks, Jessica. I can answer for myself. Then I am doing the modern Nats on Saturday, and I think I'm doing something on Sunday, but I'm not sure. But I am going up Wednesday to Sunday. I know that my girlfriend and I have plans to do a couple other things as well, and her brother will be joining us as well, and he will also be playing in Nats.
Let's go.
So, yeah, pretty excited to, and ready to. This will be my second modern tournament, I think.
Yeah, with Keo, right? Like you and Keo.
Yep. Me and Keo both only went to Columbus Regionals last time, and I feel like I placed decent. I'm excited to keep trying and see where I get this time.
My big thing
this pretty good.
My big thing this time is to make sure that I remember all the things that I KO. I took a tie at Columbus because I forgot I KO'd something, and I actually won that game, and that would have actually put me in top 16. So that's gonna be something I need to work on as a newer player, is just remembering what I have done and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, practice makes perfect. And, the game is there's things you think about. You're like, oh, shoot, I totally forgot about that. And it happens because you have to tally up points. Like with card games and stuff like that, it's kind of very obvious who the winner is. It's like I have this. I've beaten you 1 out of the 3 games, or I've beaten you 2 out of the 3 games, or whatever. So yeah, like just remembering like, oh, I killed a butterfly and that was inside of the Captain America's Colosseum marker, so that should have been another 10 point. Sometimes it's hard to remember everything. So I totally get it, but yeah, I mean, part of the game is just remembering everything, and it kind of stinks, especially with those uncosted figures like the butterflies and like Captain America's little pogs or stuff like that, like the little pogs that the Legacy Captain America generates. They're all technically 0 points. So, but anyways,
Yeah, for sure.
I will be there as well. I don't know if I'm allowed to disclose what I'll be doing there, but I'll be there. 100%.
You'll be there in Alec fashion.
I will. I'm actually really excited to be there. I'm going to be there every single day, so Wednesday through Sunday. I think it's gonna be a good time. I'm excited to go to Columbus. I'm excited to get myself a glizzy at Dirty Frank's.
Hey yo.
He's excited to show everybody his belly.
I'm excited to show everybody my belly. If you come and ask me, we'll talk. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited to be going there. I will be bringing my Asgardian team. Will I be playing? I'm not too sure if I'll be playing, but I will bring it. And I've been playing a lot with it. I think it's like really, really fun. But yeah, I'm super excited for Columbus. I'm super excited to, just like Keo, I'm super excited to meet new people and talk to people that I don't get to see very often, that are all going to Origins, which is awesome. WizKids seems to be making a bigger deal about Origins this year than last year. Last year was kind of like, oh yeah, we'll kind of be at Origins, and then this year they're like, they think they just made a post today, like, actually, Origins is happening, and the national championships are like actually promoting it and stuff like that. So I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, and that's the Gen Con drop, right? So this is their thing now.
For
right?
this, yes.
Yeah.
For this year, yes. Will this be the norm? I have no idea. But they're going to Origins. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of makes sense.
Either way, it's gonna be a ton of fun. And although you aren't able to run sealed with us, we're also excited for all the things that you've got planned. So it's gonna be good. Yeah. It's gonna be a good weekend.
Yeah, man, I am excited.
We have a Airbnb full of hot, sweaty dudes ready to play Heroclix.
That's true.
That is something we do have.
Yes. It's the Clicks house, and
the Clicks house.
The house is full of sweats.
It is, and there's gonna be some high points and some low points, and my goal is to try and I'm gonna try and record some things and just kind of, because it's my first time, so I really want to have fun and take it all in. But also, I wouldn't even be playing this game if it wasn't for all of the guys that are also going with us to this Airbnb. They're some of the coolest guys I know. And so I'm excited to just have fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, that Clicks house is super cool. The lineup in that Clicks house is awesome. The lineup, dude. It's A tier. I agree. I think it's awesome. I wish I could be with you guys this time.
I think everybody in the house is going to be top 200, right? At least.
Yeah, they are.
200 easily.
Easy shmoney. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun last year. I mean, of course, I bring this story up all the time because I think it's so fun. Well, there's a couple stories, but
it's funny.
Yeah, it's not really super funny. I mean, we could have died, but we did get shot. We did get shot at in Indianapolis, so that is such a memory. and then another memory that's also bad was the freaking fire alarm going off.
Oh yeah, that was so stupid.
That was, and I was just trying to get it to stop, and it just wasn't. And I like took the battery out, I reset it, and then it would keep on going off. And then I was like, "Is it a house thing?" And I don't know. I tried calling the mate. I tried texting the Airbnb guy at 3 a.m. I'm like, "Hey, dude, your fire alarm's going off, and there's nothing wrong. It's just going off. I think it's because it's humid or something." But yeah, I forgot about that. Needless to say, we got very little sleep that weekend.
Mhm.
I think all of us did. And that on top of the national teams event starting at like 8 and getting done at like 12 or like 1. Like we didn't probably fall asleep by like 1.
We got back at the hotel at like 1, or the Airbnb at like 1.
Yeah. Because we were already like a good like 10, 15 minutes away from the actual event. So
AM?
yeah.
From 8 a.m. to 1 a.m.?
So I
No.
mean
No,
that
8 p.m. to 1 a.m.
yeah.
8 p.m.
That
to 1.
event wasn't that long.
I was like, yo, what did I sign up for? What am I doing?
The team event was a lot of fun.
I can't clicks for like 14 hours straight. I don't have it in me.
Clicks is life, dude.
Clicks is awesome.
You should have known that when you signed up, brother.
That's right. You gotta know these things.
I'm in too deep now.
Once you start clicks, you can never go back.
It's true, man. Sometimes you just gotta,
Yeah, it's true from a financial standpoint. I'm already in here now.
Yeah,
if I walk away now, it's just I'll hate myself for it.
Yeah,
Jessica would probably love if I walked away now, because then she could sell all the stuff I have.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely have a list of things that are clicks that if I ever died or something, these are the clicks that you sell, and then the rest of them are the ones you give to Manny and Drew to divvy up and do whatever with whatever they want. But I definitely have a list of figures that are like worth some money that could. Not, I mean, if I died and it was like a bad thing, and they got the life insurance. Hopefully, Megan wouldn't need the HeroClix money, but it's there if they need it.
If you ever died, I'm making Thanos and Thanos side kiss on your at your funeral.
Sounds good, man.
There's one thing we've learned. It's that in the face of tragedy, the clicks community will come together to make sure that you get more clicks.
That's right. Oh man, I don't want to talk about that. That was wild. Oh man, that was so freaking wild.
So if you were to have a tragic passing, we would make sure that she got more clicks to sell.
If you pass away, I'll give Megan my Carnage Silver Surfer.
Wow, what a gentleman.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So what events are you guys playing in?
The team sealed is the first one that I've signed up for. I don't know what to expect. I've never once ever played a battle royale ever, not even like locally or anything. So I don't even know what that is or how to go about it. So I'd probably have to watch somebody do it or like see how it's done, or maybe talk to somebody about it. I'm interested in like doing some of the other sealed stuff, but it just depends on like time wise and kind of some of that stuff. I want to try and get as many reps as I can, though, truthfully.
Yeah. Battle Royales are a ton of fun, in my opinion.
I personally rather play Super Sealed or something like that than a BR. Just me personally. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's cheaper. I get to play BR, but sometimes like you get overpowered stuff in BRs, and that dude you're just gonna get stomped out.
Yeah, I played at a battle royale once, and it just I remember exactly who I was sitting with. I remember exactly who I was playing with. I remember exactly what was pulled, and it was just like the worst experience because there was a
Dark Side.
No, I did play the very first battle royale I played at Gen Con last year. I played with Lucas Van Hollen, and he pulled Darkseid. I literally or someone pulled Darkseid. I can't remember. I pulled Madame Xanadu Prime, and then the Ultra Chase Superman was pulled as well. It was pretty loaded.
And there it went. And it's just
I literally was sitting there watching who took the dark side. And Lucas did. I said, I will give you $60 in cash right now for that dark side because I wanted to get it for Drew. He's like, all
fair
right.
enough.
I said, I don't care if this will age poorly. This is something I genuinely just want. And actually, it did
You
not
only lost
age
like
poorly.
$20 off of it, didn't you? Did you lose $20 off of that?
I think it's. I mean, yes, kind of. I'm
It'd be
looking
like
at it right now.
40.
So he was at 90. He's $80
Really?
now. So
Oh my gosh.
gained $20 off that. Because and then I ended up pulling another one or trading for another one or getting one at like a really low price because I think it dropped for a little bit until Silver Age, and then during Silver Age it jumped right back up.
Yeah, silver is putting that one where it's at.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%. No one else really. Yeah, I agree. So but the other battle royale, man, I mean, it was just like. It was a slog, dude. It was the worst. And I remember because Bat Prince was on the line. I think that might have been everything. It was Masters of Time. I think I said I remember every figure. I remember every important figure that was on the line. I had Robin.
Dude, I pulled off a Harley Quinn chase in Gen Con with a Robin and a couple soldiers.
Heck yeah.
Dude, it was awful.
I think I remember you trying to sell that thing.
Yeah, my team was barely 150 points in that
Really?
BR. I was able to take it.
Dude, Animal Man in that BR setting was the best.
Oh yeah.
Animal Man was the greatest. Yeah, if you play enough BRs, you start to realize like, oh, so these commons and uncommons, these are the ones I need to get. That is the fun part about BRs. You kind of figure out which characters are good in BRs because they come back to life at the beginning of your turn.
Okay.
So if they're going to do Smash and Destroy, which I haven't heard anything about Lantern Legacy, so I have no idea if it's going to be there or not. But if they do Smash and Destroy, I would start look. That set's going to be out for a while, so it'll be pretty much common knowledge of what's good and sealed and what's not. But yeah, if you guys are going to be anyone out there that's doing battle royales and stuff like that, I would start boning up on that one and seeing what figures are super good and what figures are not. Like which ones you want to pass on and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of smashing in that. Obviously, Destroyer's probably. I mean, if you pull Destroyer Prime, I think you pretty much win.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty dominant. It's proven to be pretty dominant in all settings right now.
Yeah, we did. Me and Drew did sealed against each other, and I played the Prime Destroyer, and he played the Juggernaut, and it didn't go well for him.
Yeah, I watched that game.
Yeah.
I was just like, Drew, and Drew is just sorry, Keo. You don't know who Drew is, but he's infamous with me and Manny. He plays Heroclix like once a year. It's over.
This is
Game's over.
There's no point to play this anymore.
We're just he gets all upset.
Like, dude, I hit you for one click.
Yeah, it's like it's over. It's the worst.
It's a firm reminder of like, no, I remember why I don't play.
Yeah.
No, yeah, just like I this is kind of what we were just talking about. It's like I've been there where you're just like, oh, here we go. I don't know. You just get that feeling. I asked Manny. I've played him. I don't even know how many. I played Manny probably more times in Modern than I've played anybody else. And up until the last game that we played together, every time I'm just like, dude, I can't figure it out. And maybe it was just my team or the way it was just working out. But I'm like, man, I'm just like, it's over. Forget it. But in my defense, it was over. I did lose all those games.
Well, don't feel bad because I think other than Wes, because I don't think I've played Wes, everyone in our play group I've beaten at least once. So I think, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not specifically with anybody in our play group actually, but like there are some times. Yeah, I feel the same way. There's just times you're just like, okay, can we just get this over with? I gotta get going. Like just like the faster we can wrap this up, the faster we can be done with it. I'm assuming that's where you're getting at, with like when you're getting
Yeah,
when you're just
yeah.
getting rolled.
Yeah, it was just a few weeks ago that happened with it was like the Genesis apocalypse or something like that, or it was a prize thing. It was like a stop click on a second click or whatever, and it was super annoying. It had like a blades ability and all. I don't know the exact piece because it was before I started playing, but I was just like, this is the most unfun game I've ever had in my life. Let's just end it.
When was
Yeah.
this?
This was a couple weeks ago. I was playing against Matt, and he had
Yeah.
I think it was APOC.
Yep, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah, I played
I
a
was
match
like,
with
yeah. I was like, this. I didn't build a team to take on this person, so GG's.
What did I play?
You know,
What did I play against him that was able to kill APOC super quick? I have to look. Hold on.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's a Mystics character.
Was
So, dude, Mystics shouldn't exist.
Maybe it was Dorn.
I freaking hate that team ability. I use it all the time, but I hate it.
yeah. I just wish it was like it's so free. That's all. And then now you've got Scarlet Witch that just gives it to people, and that's like one team ability that you really shouldn't be able to just like delve out to other folks.
I think it used to be one unavoidable damage, if I'm not mistaken.
What was her?
Mystics, didn't it used to be one unavoidable damage?
I don't think so. I don't think it ever
I
went
thought it
through
was one.
Invincible.
I thought it was just one damage.
Oh, was it just one damage and they switched it to one penetrating damage? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
It's changed.
I think it's because they they started beefing up defenses, and then Mystics just became like less appealing, and so now it's back on the table again. You got to have Invincible just to.
For the
It's
longest
back on the
time when I
table.
first started playing Heroclix, Mystics was highly banned at Drew's house. Drew would never play a team and would never let anyone do Mystic damage.
No, we still play that way. I still like that rule. I like that house rule. Just don't take mystic damage. I still play that way when I play with Drew.
I think he. Are you sure? I think he does it now because he's been wanting to learn more of the newer stuff, like the newer rules and stuff.
Yeah, Drew. It just like he played that Chase Hulk. And he's like, I'm never playing this again. It's too broken. I'm like, dude, it's not that bad.
No, I mean, for the team I was playing against it, yeah, it seemed broken, but if I really was like, I'm gonna beat this team, I would have beaten that team.
Well, it was just, yeah, it's not, yeah, correct. It is a good figure, I will say that.
Yeah, it wrecked me. So
It did.
Fair enough.
It wrecked your
Gwengers.
your Gwenger's team, dude. That although I think what's her name? I think Gwenable Hall could have done a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be off topic, or maybe not to be on topic. The other event that I'm playing is going to be Modern, the National Modern tournament, and I'm excited. I'm extremely excited because our play group has been like very consistent in testing out builds, and we have done, I think, an amazing job of crafting and running things by one another to make sure that everybody's performing at a really high level.
Yeah, I agree.
And the feedback is insane, and I think genuinely, like, I played a half cooked team in Columbus because my son was playing too, and he didn't build a team, so I had to split my figures down the middle, and I gave him some good stuff, and I tried to keep a little bit for me. And it wasn't the team that I would have loved to run, but this is a team that I actually love playing, and I'm excited to play it. And I think it's got a lot of potential. I think it's it's not what's being ran these days. And maybe that's good. Maybe it's bad. Maybe I'm going to look like a fool. But either way, if I go 0 whatever, I at least ran guys that I'm excited about running.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how your team does too. I think it's actually really solid. And then on top of that, awesome. Super have fun during Modern. I think this is gonna be a really fun Modern event because there's so much stuff that you can just do. That's just amazing. Like it's just
I think you're gonna see a ton of different teams. I know Manny's running a real unique team. We've talked about a couple of our other guys' teams, and other podcasts have talked about some of the teams too. Collectors on the table, all of the smash and destroy stuff, juggernauts, everything. I mean, you can take figs from any of the sets in the modern game right now, and there's so much viability. It's amazing.
I agree. There's just, and you know what's so weird is like in between our like play groups and our teams and stuff like that. Like I feel like we're not playing the normal teams.
And I also feel like there's not a lot of overlap between all of our teams as well, too.
Correct.
Yeah, everyone's team feels fairly unique in that it's kind of like, you can look at if you were to put a team on the table, I would say in a matter of seconds, everyone could point to exactly whose team that is, because like literally nobody is running the same things. We all have like a very unique setup.
Yeah, and that's what's really fun. Like I think that's just the current the current weather conditions, like the forecast of Modern right now. Is everybody's playing something for the most part different. I have heard murmurings that Ultra Chase Collector and Past Avengers are the hot tickets right now that everyone's kind of building with.
Love to hear it.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah, I think that's a fun. Those are fun teams, and I've had some decent practice with those things. So
love to hear Ultra Chase Collector around.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of our teams are very well set up to deal with that character.
At regionals, I played 2 of them, and lost the first one only based off time. I had it on last click, and then beat the second one. So
there you go. I've only played one, and for play groups right now, I've been playing him just to get reps underneath people's belts against Collector because he could be very predominant. He did win Adepticon, so let us not forget that. And Spider-Man was legal, but Smash and Destroy was not. And I think that's really the only thing that's come out since then. I don't think any Iconics or anything have come out since then, besides the Kooky Quartet.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Kooky Quartet is probably the big one, and I think that set is gonna create some issues for collectors as well.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially once he gets off those invincible clicks, right?
Yeah.
I think for the most part, at least you guys, like looking at your guys' teams, besides like minute support pieces, everybody's running a different gimmick. Like not gimmick, but core. That makes sense.
Yeah, the foundation of each team is unique in that nobody is running the same foundation piece. It's so healthy that way too. It's somewhat exhausting to just line up against the same thing. And I think that's one of the things that I'm hoping doesn't happen. I'm hoping because maybe I'm a little bit spoiled in that our play group, our group of guys, do play a lot of unique teams, that when I get to Origins, I just line up 5 games straight against Collector. I hope that it's more unique. I hope that uniqueness carries over into other people's builds, and I'm not lining up against past Avengers every single game, or I'm not lining up against Collector every single game. I hope the community is also working really hard to come up with really fun builds, really different builds. But obviously, lean into your bread and butter. If it's working, run with it. But
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
curious. I'm hoping that the community and all the other players at Origins is also. I would love to take a loss to a team that is just so outside the box. You know what I'm saying? I want to see like creativity blossom.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree. I think the more zany the team, the more fun it is to watch. With that being said, real quick, just talking about like what the top pieces according to HC units of the month of May in modern age standard, these are the figures that are being built with the most. These are, I should say, the game elements that are being built with the most. So number one, without you guys looking, what do you think the number one figure right now?
Degs.
Or sorry, number one game element.
Degs.
Dags, okay.
Timebreaker.
Okay. It is the longsword.
Yeah.
1,109 teams have longsword on them in the month of May.
I mean, it's good.
Yeah.
That makes sense. It's good.
And then number two, rising up from Smash and Destroy, which this is no surprise to anybody, is the Destroyer armor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's a good one.
Yeah, and I'm sensing everyone should be sensing a theme here. These equipments are so viable, and this is, I think, also help shape a new meta or an open meta, is because these things like Destroyer Armor and Longsword give maybe just enough touch over the hill that makes someone who you're like, I don't really see it to, okay, I can work with this.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you guys? So actually, but this brings up a good little sidebar, if you will. Mr. Azareth Strife has said that he thinks that qualifying keywords on equipment should not exist. They should get rid of those, but like keeping the names. So like the qualifying names, like having specific character names be in there on the equipment is good, but giving generic keywords. So, for instance, like the longsword, giving brutes and warriors the qualifying keywords, so that's a broader audience, is bad. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's fine the way it is. I think if you have more, so the keywords are built to allow more access to more characters. These aren't items that are like longsword. That doesn't belong to anything. It doesn't belong to anyone. It's a game element of another game. It's not like unique that this person wielded it, so it should be so. I'm okay with using both as free options for plugging those equipments in, because like I said, if you take the keywords off the table and make it so it's just the equipment and these 3 characters, 2 characters, 4, however limiting the equipment is, these are the folks that can use it for free. You're going to see teams shy away from using those equipments, which I think is not good. And what happens is folks will shy away from using the equipment, or they're going to shy away from running guys who can't use the equipment. And I would rather have it to where people are running new figures that typically wouldn't get any life in a modern setting because they get the warrior keyword or whatever and can use the long sword. And same thing with, like aim. Aim's not a big keyword. So like, what are you really, are you afraid of Scientist Supreme? Like, you know what I'm saying? What are you losing there? It's okay. The universal weapon, it's the Kree keyword. There's like 6 modern figures with the Kree keyword. 3 of them are usable, maybe, and the rest
Got the
are
Marvel Legacy.
and you're not. I don't think those things are hurting the game. I don't think they're hurting teams. I think they're, if anything, you're looking at Captain Marvel Legacy. You might even be looking at Ronin, for example, because he can use it for free. I think that's great. I think those people should use it for free. I think it's fun, and it forces people to be like, hey, you know what? Maybe this Kree keyword isn't that bad. Maybe the AIM keyword is not awful. It isn't. It is, but it's not. Maybe it's not. Like I just think there's a lot of opportunity for a lot of new figures, or not even new figures, just different figures, to get equipment that you wouldn't have paid if you couldn't get it for free. You weren't going to run them.
Yeah,
And I think that sucks. I think if you're saying I'm going to use 50 points of equipment and the only reason I'm using them is free, then fine, handcuff yourself and use all of these specific keywords to meet this certain criteria, but you're missing out on paying 10 points on a good figure that you can give it to if you are just going to try to look at what's free and what's not. Keep it free for the keywords. Don't lean so heavily into just, oh, this person used it, right? Mjolnir has, I think, 4 people. And I think that's like the most that I've ever seen is like 4 individual characters being listed as like people who could use a weapon for free.
Yeah, beta. Yeah, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but one of them's not even in modern.
Girl. Yeah, one of them is Squirrel Girl, and I would love to give it to Squirrel Girl, Mjolnir, and I just think that that's okay. I don't think it needs to be like, oh, you know, it's too broken. Warrior, brute for longsword, it's too cheap. Who cares? If it's bad, then, or if keywords make it too easy, then use it. You use it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I don't. At this point, I think if you're going to Origins and you're playing in a modern tournament, more than likely you've already invested in like having some of these pieces. So I don't think it's so much of a gatekeeping thing, right? It's not like a chase or something where you just like, some people financially just don't have it to where like they're not going to go out of their way to get it. I think the longsword is super obtainable. Same thing with like Kong and things like those pieces. They're viable. They're super obtainable. They're good. If you want to complain about certain things, I think the biggest thing for me is, if we wanted to talk about something that I think is limiting, is anytime like the deity gods, for example, I love them. I think they're great, but the pull rates for them are awful, and the costs for them individually are so pricey. And you can't tell me that their abilities don't make a huge difference in the game. They do make a huge difference. And for 10 points, I would pay 10 points for each Egyptian god or each deity, right? Before I pay 20 for Mjolnir on, you know, Wally West or something.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. I guess, Manny, in your experience, you've played Kevin naked, and now you have Toweret on her. How do you feel about like that change?
I did play Turret on him in regionals. Yeah. And regionals. Yes, I did, yep. I just had to borrow someone else's, but I officially have my own now.
Okay.
I mean, that 10 points, the stuff that it does for 10 points is definitely way worth it.
Yeah.
Being able to support and outwit, insane.
And I agree. I think I agree. I think the man, how do I say this? The chases, the Egyptian god chases were a bad thought process. I think they should have been super rares, or you're right, more obtainable somehow. I don't think they were, I wouldn't say they're bad. They're not badly designed. I think they work correctly.
I agree.
I just think the issue with them is just like they're like, you're right. They're crazy expensive because they're not very readily available on a set that kind of was mediocre. So not many people bought those bricks. So pulling them and having them in the wild is even worse. And that's nothing to do with. I'm not telling people to go buy more bricks of next phase or anything like that because that
Right
sets.
now.
Yeah, for me. Okay, so, but yeah, it was one of those things where like somebody posted Conchu for $100 on Facebook during the pre-release, and I was like, yeah, I will be 100% purchasing that because I know that it's either pay $100 now, pay $160 at the time of when those were out for a brick and maybe pull it, or pay $200 later because there's no way that a 10-point piece that gives prob and stealth is gonna be less than that for 10 points.
Yeah. And I want to be clear. I don't even think that it's a bad idea, like with those chases or even like Gaia and Atum and things like that. Like I don't think it was a bad idea. I just think if we're gonna kind of go on this hill of things that are broken, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the hill that I'll go down on. I think the equipment hill is kind of I don't think it's that big a deal. Like 10 points is 10 points, and I know that's like it adds up, but if you find a way to make it work with somebody, whether it's costed or free, great. And I think that more access to the equipment makes guys more viable now. Like one of the biggest gripes, and I continue to have this, and it needs to be errated, and I don't know if it'll never happen at this point, if it hasn't happened, but for Hawkeye and Hawkeye to not be marksman is insane. It makes 0 sense, but I'll still pay the 10 points, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to shy me away from it. But if they did get it for free, 100%, it's not even a second thought, right? Anytime you got a warrior or a brute on your team, you're giving him longsword. And you're not going to say, oh, that's cheese or, whatever. You're going to do it because everyone else is going to do it. And that's part of the game. It's not about, well, equipment shouldn't have those things. I think it needs those things because I think it gives, like I said, characters that would never get used the option to be used now. You get close combat expert with blades +1 to your damage. Yeah. That makes a guy who's not that great look pretty good, or at the very least on par with the rest of the meta.
So, Kia, were you around how old equipment used to work?
It depends on what you mean, because I have invested in like older stuff, so I do have like. It depends on like what's how far back.
So equipment was something that was made in the 2016s, maybe 2014s. I can't remember, but it's a relatively newer thing. But you would pay for the equipment, and it would go on your starting force. It wouldn't be automatically equipped to characters. They would have to take an action to pick up that equipment that was 4 squares away and equip it. So yeah, so when they changed it in 2023, that's why there's figures such as X-Men, Exoswords, the Genesis Apox that have the sword bearer trait that say that they get it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why. So some figures did get stuff for free. That the Legacy Collector, prior in the original set that he's from, he gets like I think one of the gems for free for an extra 5 points. He gets to have it equipped for free. And that was an old concept that was quickly changed. Not quickly, but everyone did that for a long time. And then it got changed so that you could just equip them before the game began. And I'm very grateful that it changed because that was the change. And then I think in Spider-Man Beyond Amazing, or maybe when they implemented that change, that's when they started doing the equipment that are that have keywords and qualifying names and stuff like that. Just a little Heroclix history for those who are listening that are not familiar with how hard it was to get equipment on characters back in the day.
Yeah, and honestly, thank the Lord that we don't have to do that. I think that's not good. I don't think it's necessarily like problematic, but that's definitely worse than just having people who can start the game with these equipments, especially when it makes sense. Like, I'm okay with that. Now, if it was like, I don't know, I think Warrior and Brute is probably the most like open-ended it's ever been. If they were to come up with a pretty saucy equipment that just said qualifying keywords Avengers, that's a little inclusive, I think. I think that's a little bit dangerous. Yeah. Warrior, I think, is like one of those ones where there are a lot of good figures with a Warrior keyword, or a lot of okay figures that can be good with a Warrior keyword. Marksman is kind of a small pool, and the ones that get it they make sense. But I think if you were to start making things where it's like, oh, Brotherhood of Mutants and, Avengers and Spider-Man family, then I think you're like, okay, that pool is too large and there's already some really dominant figures in there. I think you really have to ask, do we want to open up Pandora's box? If that was the case, I would be a little bit more in agreement. But I don't think the way that it is now, in terms of the ones that they've selected, like I said, AIM and Warrior, Brute, Marksman, Kree, like those aren't debilitating keywords. The Warrior's probably the one that I think most people are like, okay, you're getting close to that line now.
Yeah, correct. Correct. I mean, if they would have gave something to the monster keyword, I'd be a little bit more like, all right. Like if
chill out.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was like +1 monster claw, and it gave people Blade's Claws, things like all of this for free, and then it's like monster keyword, I'd be like, all right, maybe not. Monster, everything's a monster. There's never not a monster in a set. It's kind of bananas.
And the monsters already typically are pretty good and don't need help.
Yeah. They need to start adding some equipment that isn't offensive, more like kind of supportive, that give, like, for like an instance, like a laptop for a scientist or something like that. Like the cosmic laptop of somebody. I don't know. But giving them like
cosmic laptop, yes.
Cosmic laptop, the classic Marvel trope that always beats, just always comes out when Mr. Fantastic always needs it. The classic cosmic laptop is a great weapon, and it'd be great to give like scientists perplex or like something like that. I don't know. I think there needs to be more like supportive.
There needs to be, and you know what? You know who gives you your support? Towerette.
You're right.
So if you got $200 laying around, there's your support equipment.
Dang.
That's the thing is like, and I get it. It is offensive based, and honestly, I think that's what everybody wants, is like everybody who can go out and hit for 7 clicks or something absurd, right? That's what everybody wants to do. Yeah. I do enjoy, like, I think that's why Destroyer Armor is really, really good, because it gives you what you need from a defensive standpoint. And if all your guy is missing is like a reducer or just a little bit of a buff, right? Maybe they're like a 17 defense and you want to make them a 19, so it's a little bit tougher to hit. Those types of things are so good, so important. You're right. The defensive side of the ball really needs a little bit of help. There's too much that can let people just get in your face and hit you for so much. It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that they're putting stuff in the right way, like Fortify, Cannon Event. There's a lot of one-shots that are very, like, running defensive one-shots on a very hyper-offensive team kind of makes it more of a balanced team. Like having Fortify is really nice, because if you go all in and you miss your attack, well, at least you know that you can fortify one attack if it's too big, and then Cannon Event a figure if you need it next turn.
Yeah, I was also thinking, like, as just an idea, if they had a defensive version of the Rivalry one-shot, where when a single character is targeted in a single target attack or whatever, instead of rolling, that character automatically misses and it's the end of their action. And you can just choose to just make them miss, and they can't pick a new target. Because that's about how effective, if they have a shared keyword or whatever.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. So, like, rivalry, but defense.
Defense, yeah,
Basically.
and it's
Mega
once per
defensive.
it's once per game, right? You can't flip it back over any silly stuff like that. But I think that it's similar to Cannon Event, where if you're gonna just make someone immune, and that was the only person left that they could attack, it's the same concept. But this says it's like hitting shape change. Really, it's the same thing as
Yeah.
shape change. But there's no other viable target. You can't pick anyone else. You just miss. That's the end of your attack.
And really work well for stuff like Predegaton.
Mm.
Because I could just say, you miss Predegaton, and now take 1 pen.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And like honestly, it's not. I don't think that's super. Now, granted, like I said, this is just like free thinking, right? I'm not. This isn't something that exists. But I have been thinking about the defensive side of things, and I think that's like a reasonable one shot. I don't think people are probably going to look at it and say the same things they said about rivalry, like, oh, I don't like it when you don't have to roll. But like, rivalry still exists, and you don't have to roll, and it's a good one shot for 5 points. So why not have something defensively that's equally as good? Fortify still says you have to take at least, like, you take still 1 click. This says I just don't get hit. And maybe you can't use it if the attacker used rivalry or whatever. I don't know. You can balance it out later, but just a thought.
No, absolutely. And I think one shots are not going anywhere. It sounds like there's no like. I think people kind of hated one shots at first. I think people specifically didn't like for rivalry and fortify, and now we are getting more that are good. Like Canada, that's very good. Pin particles is amazing. So I think most people, for the most part, are saying like, "Hey, I like one shots." So I think that we'll probably continually get one shots. They're being way more used than the case files that they were trying to have case files take off. Unfortunately, really only one was good, and it was way too good. So it is nice to see like these mechanics happening. So I think it's very possible that we will see more super defensive ones like that cause you to just miss the attack or cause you to basically shape change out of the role or can't be targeted or something. If this character is targeted by a character instead, this character can't be targeted or something like that. Yeah, something like exactly what you just said. So
yeah, or something like if when a character takes damage, if the character isn't KO'd, or even if they are KO'd, you flip over one shot and you may generate 4 barrier markers in any adjacency of the spot they previously were in, and that maybe protects the rest of your team. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they shoot through blocking. Maybe they bust through blocking. But it's just an option, right? I think that's a cool possible mechanic.
Yeah, or like have like a second wind or like hold the line one that says like if this character were to be KO'd instead, put them on their last non-KO click, and this character can't be targeted for the rest of the turn.
Yeah,
like
yeah, for sure. Like I think Captain America there's a couple of figures with something similar to that. They don't have to. It doesn't have to be broken. It doesn't have to be like, oh, they roll a d6 and heal them equal to the result or anything like that. Just something that gives either like sustainability or defense or helps protect the rest of your team as was my last hurrah or something like that. You're right. All of the some of the best one shots are really offensively strong.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Yeah, one shots are endless right now, and they're gonna be great. I think they're gonna get better and better in time. I think at some point they're gonna go a little too far and create a one shot, and everyone's gonna be like, "All right, that's a little stupid."
Relax, brother.
I can't wait for that day.
I know. It's gonna be a freaking Con Ellie one shot.
Oh yeah.
And when you KO a character, gain an extra 20 victory points, something like that. It's gonna be like, what?
Yeah, and it can be repeated.
Double the victory points gained from KOing this character.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so I KO'd your Beetlejuice. I'm gonna flip this out.
At the end of the game, double your total score.
Heck yeah. Flip this over. Yeah. Last action. All right, I'm going to flip this.
Okay, you can score this 10 point one shot. I'm gonna go ahead and give myself 480 points.
That would be insane.
That would be, I agree. That's awesome. All right. Anything else about Origins? I know we kind of sidetracked there, but is there anything that we want? Is there anything at Origins that you're excited for or want to mention? I did not mention teams. I don't know if people are secretive about teams. I'm not, but
No, I'm not. I'm not super secretive. I just I'm not set. I'm mostly set in stone, but I don't feel like I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet.
you're not ready. It's okay. There's nothing
Yeah,
wrong with that.
Not ready yet. But yeah, I think I'm excited. It's if you played me before, of the 5 people that I could have played at Columbus, some of the team will look familiar.
I know I have played against it,
Caesar.
and it's been very, very close. Caesar?
I said that's a teaser.
That's a teaser. Oh, I thought you said Caesar. I'm like, Caesar?
Yes.
Better look out.
Yeah, look out. Little Caesar,
No.
Julius Caesar's, Keo, and 5.
Keo and 5.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't changed my team literally at all. So, I mean, if you played me at Columbus, and you got to play me at Columbus again, it's gonna be the exact same thing.
One of the things I'm excited about for Origins is, and I don't know if this is how it works, is I saw a lot of the solicits for a lot of the LEs and stuff that are going to be coming out, and are those frequently sold, or like how does that work, or do you have to? Are they all like prizing?
It just depends. So sometimes they do have set so at Gen Con they had a separate booth that wasn't next to where the games were being played. It was in the vendor hall. So there's like a play hall and a vendor hall at Gen Con. And you had to go to the vendor hall, you had to get a ticket for a time slot. And then when you got that, and then when that time came around, that's when you would go over there and be like, yeah, I'd like to purchase this. And if they had it, then they'd be like, yeah, dude, let's do it. But if they didn't, then you kind of were out of luck. But some of them were buyable. Some of them were just like you had to win them. For instance, Venom got a symbiotes. Like I went to Gen Con and tried my best to get that figure, and I fell flat. I ended up having to trade for it. But I mean, there are some viable figures at least at Gen Con. I don't know how it will be for Origins. I don't think they've released that information yet. But as of right now, I think mostly they haven't really released anything minus the no, they did release a lot of stuff, didn't they, for the Huntington's live stream thing.
A lot revealed.
There was. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, there wasn't there? Hold on. Oh yeah, there's all those things. Yeah, like all the Marvel Iconics, the Heralds of Galactus. Those aren't anything specific because I don't think those are winnables. I don't think they're buyables.
Yeah, there was like some of the ones that I recall where it was like there was a Puck, there was an Aquaman, there was Space Ghosts, there was like a Jokerfish. I mean, there was
the Electra, Daredevil,
deceased Hal Jordan.
Yeah, the deceased Lantern. I mean, those like there was quite a bit. So I didn't know if like you had to win those things or if they were purchasable. The only reason I say this is because like, I don't know how well placing is going to be for me. I'm confident in my team, but also still like learning, and so it'd be cool to just like walk away with a lot of cool stuff, even if it doesn't come at the hands of a victory.
Is there anyone? Hold on, I'm looking at Origins Game Fair right now. Is there any players signed? There's no players signed up, I don't think, on this yet. Because I was going to see how many people were signed up thus far at Origins, the national championship. $34.
There was quite a few.
Okay, so top 32, you get a baby Groot and a Parademon. Top participation, you get a Jokerfish. For participating, you get the Jokerfish. Top 16, you get you get everything below. On top of that, you get 4 Bushman and then Puck. Top 8, you get everything below, and then Marvel Zombie, Scarlet Witch, Marvel Heroclix, Daredevil and Elektra, Black Adam, Deceased, Kanto, Mantis, and then a retail chase booster of Black Panther. Seriously? Okay. That set's about to be a year old from that. Just saying. Top 4, everything and below: Zombie Unicorn, Zombie Shark, a Collector's Trove retail booster, and a Smash and Destroy retail chase booster. Okay, so they are giving you more, like from last year. Mm-hmm. This is a lot more than last year. Especially the retail chase boosters just in general. Top 2, you get everything I just mentioned. On top of that, you get Kanjar Row, which is like the Gong fella.
Oh yeah.
Deceased Hal Jordan, Space Ghost and Blip, soon to be announced DC Heroclix for sale exclusive, and then a factory set of Spider-Verse. See, that's last year. That's what I would have won of Masters of Time or something like that, which is kind of wild. That's just top 2. Okay, so top 2 gets all that. So, and then the runner-up gets 2 Marvel Heroclix bricks of Smash and Destroy, and the winner gets all of those, except they get the factory set.
Of Smash?
Yes, so they don't get the 2 bricks. I think they just get the factory set. That's
pretty.
That's a lot of prizing.
That is a lot of prizing.
That's a ton of prizing, man. Why am I not playing in this one? I'm kidding. Our organizers here, it looks like it has all the organizer information. So, well, actually, I have no idea who all these people, but it looks like Barnstable will be there. Lucas Van Hollen, PJ Bolin, Aaron Morgan, Jackson Smith, Jay Patel. These are all the organizers. I don't know what that means. I don't know if those are the judges. I know probably Aaron Morgan and Barnstable will be there. Super awesome dudes. But yeah, that seems like pretty solid pricing in my opinion.
Yeah. I hope I can come away with a handful of goodies. More stuff than I went there with. That'd be cool.
So if you went there and you played and you got top 16, let's go look at top 16 again real quick. Top 16 seemed like pretty solid. You get
the 4 Bushman?
Yeah, you get 4 Bushman, Puck, Baby Group, Parademon, and Jokerfish. Top 8 is like this is where you start to get actual, like not actual good pricing, but like super solid pricing.
It kicks up a notch, yeah.
Yeah, Zombie Scarlet Witch, Daredevil and Elektra, Deceased Black Adam, Kanto, Mantis, and then the retail chase booster of Black Panther. Now, that's not the greatest retail chase booster. However, I don't understand why they didn't make that Collector's Trove or Spider-Man and then make the top 4 one, and make the top 4 one Spider-Man and Smash and Destroy, make top 8 Collector's Trove, because even a Collector's Trove chase booster would be solid because you could get an item or something with it.
Yeah,
I don't know, and also you could get an Ultra Chase Collector. I don't know. I mean, that's what they're doing in top 4, but I feel like that's more fitting in top 8, and having a Spider-Man one in top 4 makes more sense. If we're going off recencies of whatever you call it.
Yeah, that one out. Checks. Yeah.
But yeah. So that's all the pricing. I mean, yeah, I think it'll be a very cutthroat, however, a very, very fun time. 128 people are allowed to register for this, so it could be a lot. It could fill up pretty quickly. I know that they aren't doing the pod play, which is very, very nice. I think it'll be Swiss rounds determined by the amount of participant. Top 16 in the standings qualify for playoff rounding, which is a single elimination bracket, which will take place on Sunday at 9 a.m. So it says top 16, but that'll probably change based on how many people there are. So we
Yeah,
did top 16 at whatever you call it.
Gen Con?
What? No, the one we just
Rep-
had, the Columbus IC
Oh,
Regionals.
ICC, yeah.
And that was, I think, 34 people, and that was top 16, and that was like the exact cutoff, I think.
Yeah.
So if there's more than 34 people, if there's like what, I don't even know what the cutoff would be for the top 32. I would assume it'd be like 60 or 70 people. They take a little less than half usually, but I'm thinking there'll be more than 60 people there.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's safe to assume that 90 to 100 to selling out probably sounds about right.
I know I'm already in, so.
You're in?
Yeah, I'm already booked my seat.
Actually, let me double check real quick.
For the Nat
Oh,
tunnels.
that's right, because you did just sign up for the event. That's right. Here we go. So maximum tickets 128. 86 tickets available. So what's the math on that?
About 40 people. 42 in already.
Oh yeah, that's right. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, 86.
If there's like 86 left and there's 128 total, it's 42.
That's asking me if that blood pressure, if 128 over 86 is a good blood pressure. It's not what I'm looking for.
It is a good blood pressure. That is fairly normal.
I'll just say we got a nurse in the building. Got an RN.
Yes.
Heck yeah. Okay, so yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. This is an expert level player experience, just so you guys know. That's what they are saying. Man, this is going to be a long event. 9 a.m. to 6:50 p.m. And if you make it to top 16, you have to play on Sunday.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, too, is like, that's why I haven't registered for anything on Sunday, because I know I'm going to be top 8.
Heck yeah.
You know, I'm going to try and wait it out.
I think I think that's a really, really good what do you call it? Attitude to have. So, all right, everybody, we'll call it there. Origins is coming up in a couple weeks, so make sure you guys are practicing your teams. CEO, I almost said CEO. Our friend's son is named CEO. So that's why I said that. Keo, do you have any final thoughts or exclamations that you would like to give?
Nope. Just I'm excited. I hope that I hope the community is as creative with their team as I know our guys have been, and I can't wait to see all the fun builds.
Until you run into main force Beetlejuice, and you're gonna be like, I did not want to see that build.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, that's.
But your boy's been in the lab and he's been working on some things, so
Heck yes,
bring it.
Manny, what about you?
Yeah, I'm excited too. I think I'd be happy with just making cut. That'd be fine with me. That's how I kind of went in. That's kind of how I went into IC2. It was just like, as long as I win at least like 1 or 2, I won't be too mad. I ended up doing a lot better than I thought, so maybe that'll happen again.
And you have other events that you're planning on playing in. So even if you lose,
practice modern on Thursday. So
tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Whenever this podcast come out, it's probably already passed. And Manny probably already lost. In his Thursday matchups.
Probably cry all about it.
I can guarantee he's crying all about it.
I'm banking on a hard carry in Team Sealed.
Are you guys playing at that? Are you guys playing at that other place on Thursday? Like the other Toledo place?
No, I'm joking. I'm talking about. I have a practice on Thursday, as in like 4 Origins on Thursday.
Yeah, is that at Checkmate?
No.
No.
He's saying he's doing the Thursday
The
of
Thursday
Origins.
Modern tournament. Origins.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
Thursday modern tournament. Oh, it's like a little small
Yeah, it's just like
fella.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's
It's a dry run.
okay. Is that only on Thursday or is that Thursday and
No,
Friday?
there's a couple of them, I think.
Yeah, there's a
Interesting.
few sprinkled in. I thought about playing one of them. I won't make it to Thursday because I'm not going to get up there till a little bit later in the afternoon. I'll probably go up on Thursday, but I don't know if I'll be playing anything. If I am, it's going to be spur of the moment. But Friday, I contemplated doing. Friday, I think is our sealed, right?
Yes.
Fridays.
Yeah, and then Saturday's the modern tourney. I'll try to squeeze in what I can in between there, but yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's fun. Well, hopefully, good luck. I mean, I'll see you guys there. Good luck to you guys. You guys have good teams and stuff like that. This will probably, I don't know if we'll probably get another episode in hopefully before Origins, but Origins right around the corner. Yeah,
Like
thank you
3
guys.
weeks, 3 weeks.
3 weeks, man. 3 weeks, and then we're down in the old. What do you call Columbus?
Dirty Seabus.
Dirty
Oh my
Seabus. The dirty Seabus,
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know if anyone calls it that, but yeah.
Oh, they don't.
and
They hate it.
we'll be hopefully if we do have another one coming out before Origins, hopefully we can figure out what you're gonna be doing.
Everyone listening to this, which will probably be like what, 2 people, my mom and Manny's girlfriend. If you got
Mom listens to this podcast.
Yeah, what's up,
Dude.
Tones?
Yo.
What up, Tones? Yeah, feel free to come say hi to us, Manny and Keo, and myself. We're around. Also, any of the other people in this podcast as well. If you go and talk to Keo, just ask if you can see his belly. He's really likes it.
Yeah.
He likes that one a lot.
Yeah.
Although if you show him your belly, he is a registered nurse. So if he just says, "Ooh," maybe you should go get something checked out.
I will use that to my advantage to thin the competition.
If you do go to him, you can show him any infection you have, and he can let you know what's going on.
That's actually false. Do not show me anything. Don't bring anything to my attention.
Woof. Good to know. That's awesome.
I will help close friends. I am not addressing infections on the fly with random strangers that I'm meeting for the first time.
Most of us will be wearing a Heroclix USA Man Thing shirt anyway, so you'll know which one of us is us.
That's true.
Yep. We're gonna
Man Thing and the Ballers.
Awesome. That's right.
I figured most of us will probably be wearing a shirt on Friday for teams, so you'll know who's with us, who's part of the gang.
Yeah, absolutely. The real fellas.
Yo shirt came in, so
Heck yeah.
Okay, that's just have to ask. Keo, your shirt came in?
Mm-hmm.
I've been waiting for about 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
I've been told it's in. I haven't seen visual proof of it.
In my car, sitting in my car waiting.
We'll see.
That's awesome. All right, y'all. Thank you all for listening. You guys have a great night and keep on clicksing.
Keep on clicksing.
I'm going to do something real quick. Just give me 1 second. Oh, you know what? I'm fine. I won't do it.
Play an outro.
Do 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 do.
Mm.
That was a good one.